Good day. It's the 4.3.2016. Maiming a human being, causing them physical harm, theft from a human being, such as assault, acts against humanity, human rights, human dignity, and the laws broken, ethics of society, or a doctor not to harm a patient with any treatment or medication that will bring them harm, such as all treatments, because they're new in society in the last 25 to 50 years being computerized or theories of stuff like that is all mad scientist stuff. We are human guinea pigs for them, testing out their drugs due to the fact of a little lab rat that weighs a pound or two, or a rabbit can't speak up and tell you the harm it's doing to their to their animal body, human body, being animal human. We can speak up and talk back and say, no, this is not good. So any drug, a drug company has to pay us out for the malpractice and payout of being a human guinea pig and telling them, so help me God, I tell the truth. And basically that's the way it works. Because, plain and simple, that smell's in the air again, face is burning, eyes are burning, been over years before that happened, such as 2012 almost, when Wheeler showed up at the door, Constable Mike, and it just seems to get worse. Anyhow, maiming a human being, such as it says in family violence under Canadian justice, taking a woman's ovaries away from them at a young age or in their lives, and spading them and neutering them is an abuse or an assault on them, such as psychological traumatizing them, or psychological abuse, meaning the word torture, just like theft or financial grief under family violence to a member in your family as well, and so forth like that. Gang warfare, anything over 3 belonging to an association of whatnot. Plain and simple, maiming a human being so they can't walk, talk, breathe, and live in society freely. Being in a wheelchair isn't mobility rights. You took their ability to walk around in life. Life is not in a wheelchair or a scooter. It's on your own 2 feet, being mobile on your feet. Because all work is done standing up. We've only had the computer industry for how many years before that? And before that, the only jobs that sat on their asses are secretaries, people who work in stock markets maybe, and sit there and look through paperwork, and principals maybe, and desk jockeys of some sort, answering phones in phone telemarketing and stuff like that. All life was standing upright and not. Survival of the fittest. Once you're unfit and you can't walk and you're sick, the animal world seems to disembark you by killing you or leaving you behind. Taking away somebody's animal or human rights to be dignified in society and be part of society and have a respectful job and money to live in society and live adequately is human dignity to be able to live life. As the Ark says, if you're the last person on Earth in a boat or being sent to a Mars or a colony and you can't breed, that's the end of civilization. Your life and your DNA is done. Manslaughter, murder, act against humanity, Holocaust act, period. Maiming a human being, taking their a function away from their body that they once had. Watch this video real quick. Sent it to my dad. It's of 2 men, or a man and a woman, having sex. Why does a black man have, that's 9 inches, 10 to 12, penis with a girth of 3 inches thick, and a white man only has a penis of 9 to 8 inches and 2 inches thick. Human dignity, are they bleeding the white man to death? Period. It doesn't make sense. Just a question. Human dignity, hey? being able to have all function in society properly, and in the 21st century, 2016, to live in the Star Trek generation, that we all have jobs just like communism, and do our jobs, and work for Starfleet, and give our star date and our journal, and what we've done in life for history or whatnot, that inadequates and harms done to humanity because of wrongful acts. You aren't protecting people by harming people to succeed in life and human control and traffic them. You're playing a lab rat game, psychologically trying to harm human beings by making them work for less, or telling them they can't do stuff that they're perfectly capable of doing, just like the next person can. Because you come from a family who makes enough money, such as nobility or whatnot, let's say $100,000 or $200,000 a year, and you're adequate enough to work in a higher state of life than somebody who is impoverished because of discrimination. They'll always be in poverty. How many of them get out? There's probably the few 1 or 2% that they say, oh, we'll make this guy an act, so this guy raised, so the other class, or the other ones will have some initiative to try a premeditated act, just like Jesus Christ saving all those people and making them feel better, that you can do whatever you want in life because this one person did it. Now you try to do it, and they won't let you do it because they choose who does and who doesn't. Human control. Period. Prisoners' rights too. I don't think we should be living in a concentration camp, work camp, hospital situation where, well, somebody else is always dictating on how you live and how they describe your acting in life, and always try to say you have a mental disorder and have to seek medical help when they're being discriminating and causing harm in society, so you can't succeed in life. Human control, and not just leave you alone. Your rights and freedom of human rights and human dignity and the laws, intending to harm on another human being. Just like a parent. All about them, nothing about their kids, and they only do what they have to do. Period. We do our parts in society. We buy goods, we go to the stores, and we give somebody else a job by going to 7-Eleven, the superstore, a restaurant, buying a car, paying our taxes, which pays for teachers, doctors, lawyers, city workers, and stuff like that. What else can one do when they never have enough to own property in a lifetime and pay it off in 5 years and whatnot in life? Have a decent existence. Who knows what medieval days were and the ancient days, but they say an apprenticeship program, kids started at a young age and got food, clothing, and shelter. No difference than somebody who makes $20 an hour. Food, clothing, and shelter. Period. Still living in the feudal system or the medieval days then, if that's all we're getting, or less. They just don't state how many meals a day in medieval days people ate. Today's standard is 3 to 10 meals a day, whatever it takes to fill your belly before obesity, because obesity and being health is a health risk and causes a great strain on our government for health and welfare of our country. That's why we have to stay physically fit from the time we are born to the time we're dead at 90 or 130 or 300 years old, because it's adequate health to be fit, to be able to go for a 3-kilometer run or a marathon or ultra-marathon, or whatever physical activity you'd like to do in society. Walking is only walking, and when you can only walk a few blocks and be winded, you aren't fit at all. Walking is not an exercise, it's a mode of transportation, and sped up by light speed by how fast you can move your legs to a run or a sprint or a long distance run over a long period of time. Plain and simple. Enjoy your day. This is my nonsense of the day. Human dignity, human rights violations, acts against humanity, intending to harm species, and plain and simple, human control that's gone over 15 years because Inner City Mechanical wanted me to work for less than what apprenticeship first year was, period. And all they said is, we only have to pay you $9 an hour instead of $11.50. What a joke, eh? Started way back then. Just like Bob Carell made me work for a minimum wage instead of $12 an hour, work for Kevin Bonner and only paid me that much money and still owes me $750 plus interest under Section 88 since 2002 now. Have fun, government. Human control and slavery. Not being able to get your proper wages. And that goes for another job too, of $1,500, but oh well. Fair wages. Even on my invoices in the past, working construction in the Comox Valley, I still figure I have more money paid out because I didn't work for $9 an hour. If I take all my invoices and it only works out for $9 an hour, I was working 7 days a week, 14-hour days with Mike Widows and other people like that, making ends meet. Supposed to make $28 an hour. 4 cents for poly, 8 cents for insulation per square foot. On a vault, even more. And putting styrofoam on the walls of crawl spaces. Anyhow, have a good day.